Today we are visiting the second capital of Thailand, Ayutthaya. It is a full day trip outside of Bangkok and we're joined by Chris from YTS Travel. So we've got a big day ahead. Really excited to show you guys Ayutthaya. Let's get into it. And so we're starting our trip today, getting picked up in style. Very excited to visit the second capital of Thailand. How long is the taxi journey?
1.5.
1.5 hours. Sounds good. Our first stop here in Ayutthaya is Bang Phra Inn, and we are at the Summer Palace, which was created by King Rama IV. This place was finished by King Rama V, and you'll notice that he actually took a lot of inspiration from the European style buildings, and that's because he wanted to show Thailand and the Thai people that they were capable of rebuilding Thailand in the same way that the Europeans were. Fun fact, it was believed that the more white elephants that were roaming around here, the more powerful the king was. Now, if you are coming to Bangkok for an extended period, you have to visit Ayutthaya. It is 80 kilometers from the center of Bangkok, and today we got picked up from the hotel and it took about an hour, and we drove past Victory Monument, which actually marks the center of Bangkok. So all the distances from Bangkok are measured from there. There is a lot of history associated with Ayutthaya. It was the second capital of Thailand after Thailand gained independence from Cambodia, and it is the longest reigning capital here in Thailand. It reigned for 417 years, and Thailand is only actually 800 years old. Bangkok's only been the capital for just over 200 years. We are here at probably one of the most famous temples here in Ayutthaya. This is Wat Chaiwatthanaram. And actually this temple is pretty different to the other temples that you will probably be used to here in Thailand. All the others seem to be very well kept, very clean, but here it has been pretty badly damaged by the elements and due to time. And that is because when Ayutthaya went to war with Myanmar destroyed Ayutthaya. They burnt the city to the ground, and for hundreds of years people no longer lived in Ayutthaya, and that was because people moved from Ayutthaya to Thonburi, and that marked the transition of Ayutthaya no longer becoming the capital and Thonburi becoming the third capital of Thailand. But still, it is an absolutely beautiful temple. It's just really unique considering how old this one is and the state that it is currently in. Now, you're actually going to notice a lot of Thai people do come to this temple dressed up in the typical Ayutthaya outfit, and that is because they get the outfits from a place just across the road and take their photos. So you're going to notice people dressed up in that really cool, authentic style. Not us though, we're just dressed up in Chatuchak market outfit. So here at this temple, you'll actually see two very unique Buddha statues, because normally in Thailand, the Buddhas are dressed very plain, they appear very plain, but here they've made the Buddha actually resemble the king. It is a way of controlling the population by making the population feel like the king is actually a descendant of God. Bats! For lunch, we have come to a really authentic Thai restaurant on the water. We've got this beautiful view and the sun has just come out. We did have some rain clouds, but this food is absolutely incredible. This soft shell crab is crispy, it's oily, it's tasty, and it's just unbelievable. I've got some fish here.
I went for a hot and spicy green curry with chicken. Very, very spicy, but very good. And some fish cakes.
So here we are at Wat Mahathat. A lot of these stupas, they're actually there to represent the Himalayas, because in Hinduism, they believe that at the top of the Himalayas is where God actually resides. And here in Thailand, the religion is actually a combination of Hinduism and Buddhism. Because Ayutthaya used to be very famous for its rice production, the ground was not very stable. And as you can see from this temple right here, it is tilted. It hasn't fallen yet, and hopefully it doesn't. you'll actually notice a lot of these Buddha images have been sliced in half, and that is actually because of a black market. A lot of Americans, a lot of Westerners that wanted to purchase these Buddha images have actually been sourced from this province. They've been sliced in half, and the head and the arms have been shipped over to America and other Western countries. And we are at probably what is the most famous Buddha head in the whole of Thailand. This is the Buddha face in the holy Banyan tree. The belief is that this Buddha head, during the Vietnam War, thieves were actually unable to take this Buddha head, and actually the ghosts within this surrounding area scared the thieves off. It is actually unknown how the Buddha head ended up within this tree. It is a bit of mystery, and it's quite an interesting story. Now, Ayutthaya is actually known as the land of gold, and that is because inside these buildings they actually used to use solid gold as wallpaper. Inside the buildings, when they lit candles, the candle would then reflect off all the walls, lighting up the room. And actually the golden Buddha that we know from Bangkok actually came from Ayutthaya right here. Having a Wat Mahathat in the city, in the province, that is what makes it a capital city. And personally, out of the 3 temples that we have seen today in Ayutthaya, this is probably my favorite, just because it seems the quietest, it seems the grandest, and you can really get a sense of the old sort of buildings and the craftsmanship that was used to build these images of the Buddhas. I've had so much fun today here in Ayutthaya. I can really suggest if you have a short stay in Bangkok, over maybe 5 or 6 days, try booking a day trip out here, because you'll learn a lot. It's a lot of good history, and it'll really just round up your trip to Bangkok.
In front of us is this Mongkhon Bophit temple.
Okay.
In Thai we call Wat Mongkhon Bophit.
Ah, this flag,
Previous queen.
that's her name in...
Right.
So welcome to Sri Sanphet temple, and this is probably one of the most important temples here in Ayutthaya. And you'll notice these 3 stupas. These are actually probably what you and I would consider as tombs, because it's what was built following the death of the first 3 kings of Ayutthaya. We actually call them stupas because kings in Thailand are considered sacred, holy, and similar to gods. It is so crazy to think that within these stupas, not only are the king's remains after being cremated, but also all of the king's really expensive belongings are buried in there as well. So they've been sealed off so nobody can steal any of those belongings. A lot of these temples have been destroyed by the war with Myanmar, but we have just come to one of the temples which has been restored, and we're going to go inside. And within there is the largest sitting Buddha image in the whole of Ayutthaya.
Renovate all Ayutthaya.
And we're heading back into Bangkok with our private driver, Duke and Chris. We smashed this tour. Oh, he left me hanging! He left me hanging! In we get, back to Bangkok, an hour and a half, I'm ready to go. And there you guys have it. We've just been dropped off back at the Siam Hotel safely, and I think that is where I'm going to end today's video. So I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this trip. I've had an amazing time. I can highly recommend it. The link to book it will be in the video description below. You get the benefit of Chris's knowledge and Tuck's amazing driving, so thank you guys so much. As always, hit the like button if you've enjoyed this one, and the subscribe, and check out these other videos on my channel right here. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.